Hi there, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Joey Porth.
I am Jordan White. I'm Nadia.
I'm Owen Santor.
I'm Sarah McIntyre.
I'm Ben Flaherty.
I am Cindy Nowicki. I'm Emma Anderson.
I'm Mark Crocker.
I'm Heather.
Hi, my name is Robert Pucci.
My name is John Hamilton. My name is Jake Porth.
Callie Ross. I'm Lizzie. My name's Alyssa Adbauer.
My name is Henry Murphy.
My name's McKenna Kropp. My name's Amber Tower. My name is Brianna Renna. I'm Marty Roberta.
I'm Dawn Monteferranti. My daughter Julia went to school with Jacob and sat next to him in band every day since probably 5th grade, since they both played the French horn.
My name is Julia Monteferranti. I've known Jake since the 5th grade.
Hi, I'm Morgan.
Joe Sparrow.
I was his 9th grade biology teacher.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Hi, I'm Haley. I worked with Jake at Lake Effect.
I'm Kelsey. Hi, I'm Julia LaRose.
Hi, I'm Jarrett. I'm Austin Hinton.
I'm Katie Pollock.
Okay, so and I understand you have a little story about Jake.
If I had to tell a story about Jacob,
Last summer I picked him up to go to the mall to go shopping, and I used my card and my card got declined. So he paid for my gas and then we went to the mall and he bought me things and I Venmoed him back. So that's just the type of friend that he is, and he really cares for other people.
He was like the happiest person that I knew. The last time I saw him after we closed up the shop, we went out to the parking lot and he said, "We did it, guys," and he gave us a high five and he said, "Until next time."
you were always in the moment with Jake. You know, being with him was just one giant memory. It's just, he was always the same. He always brought the same energy.
And I texted him. He wasn't even working, and I was like, I'm so tired, I can't get through this week. And he went out of his way to go to the store at Walgreens and get me coffee and coffee creamer for the whole week.
Whenever he always texted anyone, he always used the little heart emoji with the exclamation point, and I really love that about him because no one else really used it.
He was the greatest person I knew, biggest heart. He was the goofiest kid ever.
So we all went to sleep. And the next morning, he's like just on the, like, she has a hammock in her backyard. She was on her he was on the hammock, just like sleeping there. His feet in the sun, his feet and legs are all sunburned. And we like wake him up. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "We have to go to work." He's like, "Nah, I'm not going." I said, we said we had to work. Go, like, wake up. Don't sleep on the hammock." And the entire time at work on the lifeguarding post, his legs just so sunburned. He just walked around like this the entire day. It was tough. It was really fun.
Newspaper named us the dynamic duo, and that's what his mom always called us. Training every morning, and a lot of those mornings were spent talking to each other, talking about what we're scared about, what we're worried about for the final meet of the season, and how we feel like we're prepared or how we feel like we're weak in a certain spot. But like, something that we always did together was just keep each other up and keep each other motivated.
The love he had for everything was just always felt. Just from every bug on the ground to every bird in the sky, it was inspiring to be around him.
Talking about spiders he saw in his bedroom, and he was telling me how excited he was to be able to identify it, and he was showing me the pictures he had on his phone on his app, and he was just telling me how happy he was about what kind of spider this was, what kind of spider that was, and it's just made such a mark on my life.
My favorite memory with him would be when we were preparing for our senior powder puff game, and we wanted the boys to act as the cheerleaders, and he wanted to be the one up in the air, and he was so good. Like, I remember the second basket we threw, he literally did a full twist in the air.
I don't even look at him as somebody who was friends with my brother. I looked at him as somebody who was friends with me. I could tell that, just like everybody else, like, he genuinely cared about me, because that's just the kind of person he was. Because I don't know how many other people, besides Jacob, have impacted this many people's lives positively. He will absolutely be missed.
I was a sprinter on the swim team, and he was our diver. Best diver this team has ever seen, hands down. You could always count on his points on the board as a teammate.
One memory that I have of Jacob is when I made it to States my senior year. It was probably like a 6-7 hour drive away, and I remember I was standing down at the diving board waiting, warming up. I was really anxious, really nervous for the meet to start. And like 5 minutes before the meet starts, I look up in the stands, and there's Jacob. He surprised us. He drove all the way out there to watch me and my teammate dive at the state meet, because it was our last diving meet, and he said he couldn't miss it for the world. So that was such a good moment to look in the stands and see him. It was awesome. Every time I'd work with him, he'd come in and the first thing he'd say is, "How are you doing, Kelsey?"
We were in a band together outside of high school, and it was called Chrome Toaster, and we won the Lockwood High School Talent Show in 2018.
In August last year, Jake made me freshly squeezed orange juice, and that really made my day.
Why did he make you freshly squeezed orange juice? Do you still know?
Just for no reason.
For no
He
reason.
just made it and brought it to work for me. And he goes, "I made this for you." And he taught me how to skateboard. He brought like 3 penny boards to work because I work at Lake Effect Ice Cream, so I met him there. And then after work, when we both got out, we just rode around in the parking lot, and he taught me how to ride one. And he taught me how to play the guitar and the drums. But I didn't sing because I told him he had to sing.
One of my favorite things was when he would always, if he would always like miss the bar or miss the pole or drop it, he would always like get up and do a dance. It was just so funny. He was always so happy. Even when he failed something, when he didn't make it, even though he was always breaking records, he would always just cheer everyone up even if they were down.
He was genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he just radiated good energy wherever he went.
He was always so positive. Like in math class, I would like be upset about a bad test score, and he would remind me not to worry about it and not to let it bother me, and that there'll be another one next week that I can do better on.
Jacob was in my AP Lit class last year, and he sat with Sarah McIntyre and Joey Porth, and those guys had a lot of inside jokes, and they had a really good time together in class. You could tell that there was a lot of love among those 3 that sat together, and occasionally I would get them to stop laughing and goofing around enough to get some good ideas out. So he was such a fantastic student and a fantastic human being, and never once complained about anything that I gave him to do. Just like, okay, well, pile it on. No problem, Sparrow. And that was just him. He was very easygoing about everything. He'd give me a little wave and smile, and that was it.
He was the same in 9th grade. I was his 9th grade biology teacher, and he was Kathleen Sparrow. He was the exact same. He would not complain about one thing you gave him, smile on his face, always happy. I mean, just a great kid.
And I had this birthday party at the drum studio that I went to, and it was kind of like an open mic kind of thing. I don't really even think anybody else did anything, but I vividly remember sitting in front of the 30 people that might have been there. Jacob and I did an a cappella arrangement of the song We Are Young by Fun, and there's a video of that on YouTube.
Jacob was in my group. He was just the most amazing, polite, kind, thoughtful. He opened doors for all the girls in the group. He was just such a polite and wonderful boy, and he will be missed.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I worked with Jacob at the Lockport Community Pool. He was the light of our staff. He loved coming to work. He made everybody super happy all the time. He was just the light that we needed every single day at the pool, and he was fun, he was laughing, and he never complained about anything he had to do.
One time, freshman year, we were at the end of a band lesson, and we were waiting for the bell to ring, and he told me, "Hey, I can get out of my band cage if you lock me in it." And I said, "I don't think you can." And he said, "Oh, I can." And so I put him in, and I locked it, and I said, "No, get out." And he tried, and he couldn't get out, and then the bell rang. And the next class we also had together, it was AP World History, which was taught by the swimming coach, so his coach. So I had to go up there and be like, "Hey, Jake and I are coming. He's locked in a room right now, and I have to go get him. We'll be back." And so it was a substitute, so it wasn't even him, so I had to explain the whole thing to this guy who I didn't even know. And then we showed up to class about 10 minutes late, and the band teacher didn't know what was going on, so when I came back in, he was very confused. And then he blamed it all on me, saying that I put the carabiner on wrong.
We had a substitute band teacher, so Jacob and Brandon played trombone.
And they were teammates together, they both dove.
So Jacob obviously played French horn, so he decided it would be funny to play trombone in the trombone section and then have Brandon play the French horn. So then the substitute teacher didn't obviously know that.
So Brandon was Jake and Jake was Brandon.
Yes, and then the substitute teacher was like, trombones, you sound amazing.
Yeah, they were like, this is
and
the
he
best
didn't
you guys
even
have
play
ever
trombone. And then he said, horns, you need some work.
I know.
That was so funny. I still think about that.
We used to go to Skateland together all the time, and he used to do this funny thing where he would get on his rollerblades and he kept busting splits all over the place, and it was the best thing ever. He always put a smile on everybody's face.
He used to pee in my backyard, not always on the trees.
Genuinely, I thought they was happy to see me. Like, who am I to Jacob? Like, his friend's mom, right? But he always made you feel like he was happy to see you, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just joyful. And somebody said earlier, whatever he was doing, he was 100% present for it in that moment. He showed up for everything that he did with all his heart.
Right down to his Halloween costumes, actually, which were always the best.
Jacob, I love and miss you, and I adore you so much.
Like, if you could take a little piece of Jacob with you, what would be the thing that you would take with you from Jacob and who he was?
An infectious smile.
An infectious smile.
Whenever I saw him, no matter who said hi to him, no matter how he was greeted, a smile would light up like that.
His outgoingness. He literally was not scared to do anything. Like, he would go and like just take up any challenge. Say, like, yeah, like I'll try that. Like, that's definitely like something that I could do. Like at camp, he would try. Someone would say, "Oh, I've seen somebody do this dive." He'd say, "Okay, I'll try that." Like that seems like something I could do. Like,
I would say Jacob's acceptance and kindness. He was a different breed when it came to loving another person, and he always made me feel so welcomed and so happy all the time. And so I would definitely say something that I will always cherish is his love and kindness.
Got along super well. He was so sweet. And I always loved his mint green bass. That was fire. I always wanted, so I want to get a bass or a guitar that's mint green in remembrance of him.
Something that a lot of people don't see from me unless we're really close is kind of like being open to talk about feelings, and me and him, we were always able to do that with each other and just talk about what made us upset and everything. And something I want to take forward, just his ability to make each situation worth living.
Yeah, they couldn't. That's something that he's inspired me to try and be more like him in this way, is that he's always just been so unapologetically natural and comfortable and confident in his own skin.
Yep. Definitely his smile. His smile was so contagious. He was always smiling, always so happy. All of our pictures together and videos, I was looking at them today, and he has the biggest smile on his face in every single one. So from now on, I'm definitely going to take that with me and just try to have a smile more on my face and just have a more positive outlook.
Smile more. He was always smiling.
I could probably say a million things, but it's like keep that positive attitude. I don't think I ever saw him down. Have you?
No.
I've never seen him down either.
And you know what? How proud he always was of Savannah too.
Yeah.
Just the ability to love and I think accept everybody just for who they are, and just to be able to look through everybody's issues and just see that they're human and just see that everybody's alike.
I will take him with me in how I treat people moving forward and how I look for my new adventures.
Jacob just kind of being with him gave me this sense of like, I guess I would say like fearlessness. Like he really didn't hold back ever, and I think that's what made him so great at so many things, is that there was never a mountain too high for him to climb, and I think a lot of people say like, oh, he was just so gifted and he was so amazing at everything, but I feel like I was there for a lot of the times that he wasn't good at things, and he really struggled to figure out some stuff, but it never, ever, ever discouraged him from trying to be his absolute best in every single way. I would say the majority of success comes from struggle and comes from a perseverance through that struggle. And I don't know that I've met anybody in my life who demonstrated that more than Jacob Minnick.